Hi everyone, just got some really quick examples on different types of trig identities that we can use. If you're using the Cambridge textbook, this is from 12L, which was everyone's favourite section. So if we've got these identities which we've talked about, that sine of pi onto take theta is actually equal to cos theta, and that cos of pi onto take theta is equal to sine theta, and this might not have been in the textbook, but these two also apply, that sine of pi on 2 plus theta equals cos theta, so pi on 2 plus theta equals cos theta, and that cos of pi on 2 plus theta equals negative sine theta. Then we can actually solve all these different types of questions that we got from 12L. We also know that sine of negative theta equals negative sine theta, and that cos of negative theta is cos theta. Now, I'm not going to go through why that is. If you think about the unit circle, and I'll just do it for one of them. So, for example, if we've got this first one up here, that sine of pi on 2 take theta equals cos theta, let's randomly pick an angle, theta. Okay, so that's theta there, and actually I might just make it a bit smaller. There we go. So we've got theta in there, that small angle. Then if we think about pi on 2 take theta, well, this is pi on 2 up here, isn't it? So pi on 2 take theta would be somewhere in there. We're actually taking away from pi on 2 the exact same thing as we took. So that this angle from the origin all the way around to there, that's actually equal to pi on 2 minus theta. Okay, so that angle in there, that red angle. So if we think about the sine of that, well, sine is over here, it's on the y, so sine's up pretty high, and you can see that that's actually equal to the x value over here. I have drawn this really badly, but you get the idea that the sine value is equivalent to the cosine value. And if you went around the unit circle and did all of these different ones here, then you would find that the patterns hold true. So if we've got an example like some of the tricky ones from the question, we were given the following information. So here's some quick examples. That sine of pi on 2 take alpha. How are we going to do that? Well, if we look back at our identities, we know that sine of pi on 2 take an angle is actually equal to cos of that angle. So that's going to simply equal cos of alpha, which we know is 0.6. Those ones are quite straightforward. What about when it goes into cos of 3 pi on 2 take x? And you think, well, one of those identities isn't actually about that. But if you think about this on your little unit circle, we've got 3 pi on 2 down here. Now we're taking x off it. So instead of being that big angle, we're taking a little bit off it. So we're going to have to take a little bit off. And so our angle is going to be a bit smaller now, isn't it? It's going to be that angle. And our cos value would be this, up there. So that's our cos value right there. Okay, so what can you see about the sine value? Well, if you think about x, and that's often a good thing to do, you draw 3 pi on 2 take x, and then you actually draw x. If we're saying that this little bit in here is actually x, let's draw that over onto the other side, so that's about x. And what you should be able to notice is that cos of 3 pi on 2 take x is actually going to be the same as sine of x. Let me get rid of some of those marks. So there's 3 pi on 2 take x, and there's x there. So if we did the cos of that value, it would be there. If we did the sine of that value, it would be there. Okay, so there we go. There we have it. That cos of 3 pi on 2 take x is the same as sine of x, which is 0.3. So drawing a little unit circle helps. Then we've got cos of theta equals sine of pi on 6. It's a different question now. And we know that 0 is less than theta, which is less than pi on 2. So this is no longer related to these facts up here. This is a question separately, all on its own. So if we think about this, we want to still be able to use the trigonometric equations. So I've just copied them out here again. And if we look at them over here, we've got, well, sine of pi on 2 take theta equals cos x. We've got cos equals something. So let's pick all the cos equals something. We've got two options then. We've got this one and we've got this one. Okay, they're the two cos equals something. And we've got to go, well, is it actually equaling sine of pi on 2 take theta or sine of pi on 2 plus theta? And then we can think about, well, my domain is actually between here and here, isn't it? 0 is less than theta, which is less than pi on 2. So that means that I'm going to want to get an angle for theta that is less than pi on 2. Now if I compare this one now, if I get cos theta equals sine of pi on 6, and underneath that I'm going to write my two options. I can say that's equal to sine of pi on 2 take theta or sine of pi on 2 plus theta. It's going to be one of those options. And I've got to decide what option I'm going to choose. So if I'm going to choose pi on 2 take theta equals pi on 6, that's going to give me a value that's less than pi on 2. But if I use pi on 2 plus theta equals pi on 6, I'll get a value that's bigger than pi on 2. So that means that I want to make sure that I use pi on 2 take pi on 6. So if I use pi on 2 take pi on 6, I'm going to get rid of the other one so it doesn't confuse me. And I'm just going to say, well, if that's the case, this bit here, this bit right here has to equal this bit right here. And so I get that pi on 6 is equal to pi on 2 take theta. And therefore, that theta equals pi on 2 take pi on 6, which is equal to pi over 3. And so that would be my answer. Hope that helps with exercise 12L.